Now, when I first started, I remember thinking that being a real estate agent meant I had to be everywhere. I had to cover every area, follow every lead in every zip code. But the truth is, that's the easiest way to burn out. And we don't want that. So, what I want to share with you today is things I wish I knew when I started so that you can skip those long, hard lessons and just start earning trust and credibility right away. Here's the thing. Any listing agent can hire a photographer and put up a property on the MLS, and any buyer's agent can go unlock a door, show a house their client found online. But clients don't just want someone who can do the job. They want someone who knows the value of a location. They want an agent who can say, yeah, this is a great house, but this street does get really busy before and after school. Or, oh, there's a farmer's market every Saturday in this neighborhood. Or the best coffee shop is right around the corner from your house and you'll probably pass it by on your way to work in the morning. Things like that. That kind of knowledge doesn't just help clients make better decisions, but it builds trust and confidence. And it gives them the best possible experience, which is the goal. And when people see you as the local expert, referrals are going to start coming in naturally. That's the truth. Because think about it. When your clients, say they're throwing a housewarming party and they have their friends over for takeout and they're celebrating their new home and, they'll be telling them, yeah, this place is great. My agent told me about it when we moved in. It's little things like that. These kinds of details will set you apart and allow you to go from being just any real estate agent to being the agent that everyone wants to work with. And that's just simply not possible to achieve in every town. You can't be the agent in every town. And here's a mistake that I made early on as well, is I see a lot of new agents make it to taking any client, any deal in any town. The problem is you end up running yourself ragged. Because one day you're driving 90 minutes one way for a showing, the day after it's 60 minutes the other direction, and that's exhausting. Let's say it's exhausting, and it's expensive. It's just not sustainable. And the truth is you can't possibly be an expert everywhere, no matter how much you want to. You can't, right? You can't be everywhere at once, and you'll be spending extra time trying to focus and focus on the area in question and figure out the school district, important things, school district, public transportation, or even where the grocery stores are located. They're all things that you should already know because your clients expect you to be an expert. And all of this extra work creates unnecessary stress for you. And honestly, it does your clients a disservice, because you won't have the insider knowledge that they're counting on. So instead of chasing every deal, pick 2 or 3 towns or neighborhoods and really learn the ins and outs of those neighborhoods and towns. Focus on learning the market data, the lifestyle, the school district boundaries, the restaurants, the pizza places, the coffee shops, all of the little things that make those communities unique and that people are going to want to know. And that's a difficult one, but don't worry too much about turning down business. If you get a lead outside of your area, for instance, you can refer it out, and you'll often actually earn a referral fee, so you're still getting paid. And here's the best part. Your clients get matched to an agent who is the expert. The other agent gets a deal they wouldn't have had, which is nice, and you keep your energy focused on becoming the go-to expert in your local area of expertise. And at first, it's scary because it feels like you're giving up money, but in the long run, this strategy will eventually bring you more business, not less, It'll bring you more business because your time is invested where you can have the biggest impact. And think of it this way. The better the experience you give to your clients, the more likely they are to recommend you to their friends, families. If you don't know a town inside and out, your client will know. They will know. And they'll be less likely to refer you to others. You may have gotten one extra deal, but the way to build a sustainable real estate business is to leverage each sale into at least 2 or 3 more. And it's less likely to happen if you don't provide a killer experience. So niche down on an area you're comfortable with and become the go-to expert in that area. And when you're becoming a local expert, part of your job is knowing how to find information quickly. Now, don't stress too much. Your broker will help train you on the systems in your area because every town and city has their own quirks. But you also need to be proactive and get comfortable with the tools that are publicly available because these are things you'll be using all the time. So set up alerts for new listings so you're always in the loop. And spend some time on town assessor websites because honestly, they're a gold mine for property data like tax records, sales history, ownership, important information. Learn the big picture stuff too. Those are important like highways, major routes, public transportation, and even FEMA flood maps if they apply in your area, of course. And don't just read about the market. Get out there. Go see it. Be in the action. Go to open houses. See what's drawing a crowd. And pay attention to what features seem to command a premium. The more you immerse yourself in these details, the more confident you'll feel when clients ask questions, which you'll be able to answer. Because bottom line, the tools are out there. Your broker absolutely will guide you, but it is up to you also to take the time to learn them, to learn the tools you have at your disposal. That's how you stop feeling like a brand new agent and start carrying yourself like the local expert. Another great way to position yourself as the local expert is to create a community guide. Think about what someone moving into a new area would actually want to know. For instance, which contractors, landscapers, or painters can they call? Where are the best coffee shops, gyms, restaurants? What schools, parks, or community events make the neighborhood special? And here's the key about that. Don't just post this information at random and hope people find you and remember you. Try to put it together as something people can download, like a PDF guide. Or you can even break it up actually into a social media series that points back to your guide to get exposure and to link them back to that guide you're trying to share and get out. But here's the part that a lot of agents miss. You do need a way to capture contact information. If you don't have a way for someone to give you their name and email in exchange for your guide, they're not a lead. They're not a lead yet. They're just someone who happened to scroll past your post, and you don't know, if they're going to interact with it, and they just scrolled past your content. Your goal is to get them into your ecosystem so that you can actually follow up with them later. And once they're in your system, you don't want to just leave them sitting there either. You'll need to nurture those leads over time so that when they're ready to buy, to sell, when they need a real estate agent, well, you're the agent that they think of first. And we'll go into more detail about nurturing in a later module. But for now, just know that capturing and following up is what turns someone who likes or engages with your content shortly into an actual client down the road. So, yes, share value, give away local knowledge, but do it in a way that lets you stay in touch with these people and build a real relationship. You've probably heard the phrase fake it till you make it. And sure, confidence is important in real estate, but the reality is that confidence alone doesn't close deals. Knowledge does. Clients can tell when you're just guessing, and cutting corners will cost you your credibility, and it will cost it fast. Because they deserve more than just surface level answers. So, yes, walk in with confidence, but make sure that it's backed up by real knowledge and real expertise. And the more you study your market and really learn your area in and out, the more naturally that confidence will come because, well, you actually know your stuff. And remember, you don't need to do it alone or reinvent the wheel or anything like that. Ask for help. Ask for help when you need it and learn from others' experience. And you'll have a broker and experienced agents right in your office who will be more than happy to offer their expertise, knowledge, and support. So there is no shame in asking for help. In fact, it can shave months and even years off of the learning curve so that you can become a high producing agent in less time.